Chang. I'm a first-year student in the Asian American Studies MA program here at UCLA. My work is in progress, but I'm kind of looking at very broadly speaking Asian American bodies, and this paper is going to regard YouTube beauty bloggers, Asian American YouTube beauty bloggers specifically. So, okay.
Can you press the square button? Yep.
Okay, great. All right, so in August 2013, the renowned YouTube beauty blogger Michelle Phan launched her personal makeup line, and Michelle Phan Cosmetics. This makeup line is just one such instant of Phan's business endeavors to stem out of her success on YouTube, having uploaded her first video in 2007 under the username Rice Money. It was ultimately a series of Lady Gaga-inspired makeup tutorials that catapulted her to YouTube stardom, thus allowing her to not only currently occupy the position as the #1 YouTube beauty guru, but also lead to a sponsorship by Estee Lauder, 2 makeup lines, a successful blog spot, a YouTube multi-channel network, and as seen just this past month, a 30-second feature in a nationally broadcasted commercial for the Dr. Pepper one-of-a-kind campaign. Phan's incredible success pays testament to the ways in which such virtual efforts have translated to real material results, and to the way in which these YouTube communities hold outside of these digital space. While Michelle Phan's success as a YouTube beauty blogger may mark her as somewhat of an outlier, other such Asian American beauty gurus have also attained a certain degree of success within the YouTube community. Thus, this paper will feature the work of 4 prominent Asian American beauty bloggers, that being Michelle Phan, Jen Che, Jen Im, and Wei Li Hong. Judging solely on numbers alone, all 3 of these other channels possess over 600,000 subscribers each. Thus, with each vlog produced, these 4 women are guaranteed to reach out to a considerable amount of virtual participants. As the popularity of these 4 beauty bloggers must suggest, I find that YouTube functions as a significant space that reveals a great deal regarding the role of Asian American female bodies in contemporary settings. Thus, I will be utilizing Dr. Grace Hong's works, Existentially Surplus Women of Color Feminism and New Crisis of Capitalism, in order to observe the ways in which YouTube beauty blogging sphere embodies notions of contemporary capitalistic space. By doing so, this paper opts to explore the ways in which YouTube beauty community constructs and ensures specific racial and gender performances, particularly of these 4 Asian American female beauty bloggers. Since its inception in 2005, YouTube has been a significant virtual domain for development of Asian American cultural production. As Cindy Gao explains in her text, the virtuosic virtuality of Asian American YouTube stars, as the success of such web celebrities like Kevin Wu, Ryan Higa, and Wesley Chan, Philip Wang, and Ted Fu of Wong Fu Productions demonstrates, Asian American content producers have come up to gain significant traction within the site as they continue to occupy top spots in YouTube's page view rankings. It is due to this noticeable success that Gao asserts a critique of the Asian American presence of YouTube necessary. Gao works undoubtedly follows in the vein of Jodie Kim, who within her text of Ends of Empire asserts Asian American cultural productions are critical in that they provide an interrogation of how and why Asian America was constituted in the first place, and also might be disarticulated. In other words, these YouTube videos are significant in that they identify, track, challenge the ways in which digital communities are affecting the constitution of contemporary Asian America. While beauty blogging possesses a starkly different style in comparison to the aforementioned videos of Kev Jumbo, Wong Fu Productions, and other such Asian American YouTubers, beauty blogging is significant in that these beauty videos directly divulge and engage with the mainstream beauty discourse. As Kathy Pice explains in her essay on beauty and the history of business, beauty discourse is critical in constructing social categorical distinctions and helps define morality, social status, class, gender, race, and ethnicity. While Pice makes a distinction between morality and social status, class, gender, race, and ethnicity, this paper will instead adopt Hong's assertions of morality now becoming directly linked and a key determinant to the performance of race, gender, class, and other such social categories. Thus, these particular Asian American cultural productions stand in as a critical site for exploring such construction. So while Phan, Che, Im, and Hong possess their own styles that are reflected with each video produced, typical types of videos that are uploaded include general or themed makeup fashion how-tos, hauls, reviews, first impression, monthly favorites, location tours, tag videos, and general other life advice videos. And so, as you can see here, they all have kind of a different aesthetic that they each all utilize. But despite the differences between these 4 women's channels, all 4 still exist within a common platform informed by the structures of capitalism, labor, and consumerism. Thus, by utilizing Grace Hong's assertion put forth in her article, we can see that the role in which Phan, Che, Im, and Hong play on YouTube become considerably muddied. Since I am using Grace Hong's paper, I'd like to kind of go into how she describes the surplus subject. She utilizes Roderick Ferguson's definition of surplus labor, which is a notion that labor creates social categorical differences in order to function, but in doing so creates a surplus subject that capital requires but cannot entirely manage. These surplus subjects are then barred from citizenship and are at the mercy of, as Hong refers to, necropolitical violence, or this violent state control through the matters of life and death of a specific population. Hong applies his theory of surplus labor and construction of the surplus subject to the U.S. pre-World War II, but she identifies a change in the determination of surplus subjects due to a shift within the capitalist system from a focus on production to that of speculation. Because of this shift, Hong explains, in part due to neoliberal response to social movements that occurred after World War II, subjectification became organized as a choice available to populations that were once categorically excluded from normative subjectivity. Thus, we see subjects with access to capital and citizenship in ways previously unimaginable. Because of these seemingly widening notions of citizenship, the importance of morality, or as Hong articulates, the claim to the protection of life, then becomes critical in determining proper subjecthood and, by extension, normalizing racialized populations. Due to YouTube's multicultural and neoliberal platform in which these beauty bloggers are supposedly unconstrained by skin color and racial difference, I find it as a particularly poignant location to demonstrate this shift in the determination of surplus subjectivities. In the methods, it showcases the new ways in which previously deemed surplus subjects engaged in capital and citizenship. Therefore, through the production of their beauty channels and videos, the four bloggers are undoubtedly doing just that. Through the engagement with beauty discourse and the occupation of space as cultural content producers, these four beauty gurus can be seen as affirming their subjecthood through the utilization of beauty as a moralistic currency in which to navigate this capitalistic space and thereby ensure their survival and maintain their subjecthood. Thus, the notion of beauty within this YouTube sphere has become a significant marker and representation of morality within these digital communities, which in turn allow these videos to function as a process to extend racial, ethnic, and phenotypic normalization and control towards the masses. So while marketed as a simple how-to videos to YouTube beauty blogs, regardless from Asian American content producers or otherwise, are undoubtedly lifestyle videos that promotes and privileges specific body types, consumeristic behaviors, and gender and racial performances. Therefore, these specific productions by Fan, Che, Im, and Hong emphasizes explicit differences that are critical to the success of these individual bloggers' channels. By reinforcing particular moral and correct performances of Asian American women, these channels ensure the continuation of their non-surplus existence and ultimately survival. For instance, both Im and Hong uploaded videos regarding weight and weight loss. For both Im and Hong, these body disciplining videos are the most popular ones on their respective channels, accruing upwards of 1 million+ views each. Arguably, since weight loss is not directly related to fashion or makeup, such videos merely function to highlight particular lifestyles that are encouraged in order to achieve such transcendence as displayed by the four women. One other ways in which morality is contested is through the creation of a very specific beauty grammar. So amongst such mainstream beauty terms like waterline, tightlining, feathering, winging it out, or stippling, there exists a racial beauty grammar that further builds upon and complicates its already specialized language. Most commonly seen is the discussion of the monolid and other racialized items like the eyelid tape, eyelid glue, and eyelid surgery emerge. Certain makeup brands and products are also referred to, which include like BB creams or Etude House, that also formulates an explicit grammar that are custom-made for the Asian American community. So again, a common topic that's often addressed by Asian American beauty gurus is the notion of faking a crease or creating an epicanthal fold on a monolithic eye. So actually the usage of this grammar, the mix of both this mainstream and Asian American grammar is actually expressed by Jen Che in her January 22nd, 2014 blog post, Take Me With You, Fit app, where she writes, this is also paraphrased, but one of the reasons I started blogging nearly 6 years ago is I felt that I was alone in my journey of discovering how to apply makeup to my monolith Asian eyes while growing up in the Midwest America surrounded by very little diversity. If I felt the loneliness of feeling unpretty when magazine tutorials led me to dead ends and makeup counters made me look like I had a black eye, I knew others had to have experienced the same feelings. That's why I felt the desperate need to share with others a way to take that power into our hands to feel pretty. Within her words, she demonstrates not only the usage of this kind of disciplining language, but also this tensions that arise from performing as a pretty, proper, and Asian American subject on YouTube. Popular beauty gurus also expand their presence in other social media outlets, predominantly through such formats as Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, blogs, and Instagram. Through these sites, beauty bloggers are able to highlight explicit aspects of their real lifestyle and offer supplemental disciplining material to their followers. All four of the bloggers provide links to external sites, and a quick browse for each of them include content regarding clothing, technology, social outings, purchase products, and food. One such example is on October 21st, 2012, Jen Im uploaded a picture to her Instagram account in which she is pouting after eating a somewhat large meal. The caption simply states, "I surrender." With 12,400 likes, the image is striking in a multitude of ways. It is a glamorous shot, the makeup and hair done just right, the clothing and accessories posed in perfect tandem. Despite the seemingly gluttonous behavior she has just indulged in, Jen is celebrated as the kind of ideal consumer and perhaps by extension moral subject. but in which the effort does not show, in which she is celebrated as the ideal consumer, and one who eats, but the effort does not show, i.e. she's kind of this like effortless consumer. Ultimately, Im looks and is beautiful. So while Hong's theories are a highly effective and productive way of considering the roles of the Asian American beauty blogger within this site, I feel it's still productive to kind of address notions of agency within these particular beauty bloggers. By visually rupturing the normative beauty discourse with the insertion of Asian American bodies, it may appear as though these videos exist as a form of resistance, a challenge to mainstream beauty discourse. However, this resistance is complicated when only specific Asian phenotypic expressions are normalized and the mainstream accepts only certain Asian women's beauty discourses by deeming them as normal, acceptable, relatable, and useful. In doing so, these Asian women are therefore confirmed as good, moral, and productive subjects, when in turn allows exceptional individuals such as Fan, Che, Im, and Hong to allow their status to exist as a non-surplus subject. But where does these productions locate the rest of Asian America? Or as Hong explains, this new form of biopower is marked by the rampant proliferation of deadly regimes enabled by limited incorporation and affirmation of certain forms of racialized gender and sexualized difference. In other words, which Asian American bodies are then left out of the equation, and what sort of consequences does this lead to? So I ask, is beauty even a productive space in critiquing Asian American agency and resistance? Does the mere addition of Asian American bodies and perspectives widen the mainstream beauty discourse? And if so, how does this renegotiate any sort of normative narratives that exist within these platforms? So while these answers may remain unclear, there's no doubt that the Asian American beauty blogs expose significant nuances within the Asian American community that are yet to be confronted.